Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to explain and practically demonstrate switch statement in Java. So let's get started. Switch statement is one of the decision making statements under the flow control statements in Java. So here we have the switch statement. In the previous sessions, I have already explained about the other decision making statements like if statement, if else statement, if else statement also. Now in this session, I am going to cover about the last decision making statement, that is switch statement. So when do we have to opt this switch statement in programming? We have already used this kind of if else or if else kind of statements, right? Over them, why we have to go for the switch statements? You see, there will be a situation where you need to select one option, one option out of multiple fixed choices. Then we generally go for the switch type of statements. Okay, when you want to choose one option out of the multiple fixed choices, then we have to choose switch statements in that kind of situations. Then when we have to go for this kind of if else kind of statements, you see, if you want to run some piece of code based on the result of a conditional expression, okay, whether that condition results in true or false, based on that, if you want to run some piece of code, then you have to go with this kind of statements. But coming to the switch, here we are going to choose one option out of the multiple fixed options available. Okay, it's like a choice. When you go to a shop, what you will do? You will not purchase the entire shop, right? Whatever the item you like in that shop, that you will choose. But there are so many items in the shop. Okay, so that kind of situations where you want to choose a particular item from a shop, then we go for this kind of switch statements. I'll take an example, guys. Okay, the same example I'm going to demonstrate in the program also. So what is that example? The example is simple. Okay, the example is simple here. That is, let's say there is hotel, guys. Okay, let's assume that there is a hotel. Okay, there is a hotel. In that hotel, just imagine there is a area where the chefs actually prepare the food. There are different type of dishes this particular restaurant generally prepares. Now, there are some tables here in the hotel or restaurant. There are some tables here. Some customers are coming to this hotel. Let's say there is a customer who came to this hotel and sat on this one of the table. Immediately when the customer came to this hotel, what happened? One waiter has come to your table to take the order. Now, if you ask this particular waiter, when you're as a customer, when you're asking this waiter to bring some item, the same item the waiter need to bring from the kitchen of this restaurant, right? So if you ask for Okay, if you ask for noodles, the waiter will go to the kitchen area and the chefs will prepare that noodles, and the same noodles will be served to you here on the table. If you ask for some pasta, the waiter will, if that is served at the hotel, the waiter will bring you the pasta and serve it to you. If you ask for pizza, pizza will be served. If you ask for burger, burger will be served. Okay, if you ask for a sandwich, sandwich will be served. Whatever the item you ask, that item only will be served to you on the table. Okay, so here, but in this hotel or restaurant, there are so many items that can be served. Okay, there are some fixed choices, multiple fixed choices are available. In that, you need to select one of them. Okay, you need to select one option out of that multiple choices in this restaurant. Only that, whatever you choose, will be served to you. So if you want to replicate the same with the Java programming, you have to use switch statements in Java. Okay. So the best way to replicate this kind of scenario in Java programming is switch statements. We can also do that with if else, but switch looks very organized and very simplistic, and also effective. Okay. That's why we choose switch kind of statements. But what is the syntax of this switch statements in Java? What is the syntax of the switch statements in Java? Let me explain now. So if you want to write a Java program which includes this switch statement in Java, you need to follow this particular syntax. So what is the syntax of this switch statement? The syntax of the switch statement in Java is like this, guys. You have to write switch, circular brackets, okay, starting of the switch case, ending of the switch case. So here we have a that one option that you need to select, okay, some variable or something will be there where one choice will be there. Okay, one choice, you need to select one choice out of the multiple fixed choices. You have to give one choice here. Okay, in the form of a variable you will give that. Here you will not have anything like greater than, less than, you will not do. Okay, in case of if else you generally have in circular brackets, you generally have a condition, but here you don't have a condition. In case of the condition A greater than B, B less than C, such kind of conditions will be there. But in case of the switch case, some variable holding some value will be there. That is nothing but one option. Okay, the variable will hold one option, and that option need to select multiple options. Okay, from out of the multiple fixed choices, one option will be stored into this variable. Okay, that's what you need to imagine. So inside the switch case, we'll have the case kind of keyword we'll use. Multiple cases we'll write using the case keywords. Okay, and there are other things like we also use something like at the last we also have a default case, guys. Okay, at the end we have default case. Apart from these cases, we have a default case. Here you will give that value, guys, constant multiple choice will give. So I'm not able to write proper syntax here, but when I demonstrate this as part of the real Java program, right, you will understand this syntax. Okay, here switch circular brackets variable having that particular option constant, and starting of the switch case, ending of the switch case, and here multiple cases will be there. Here only one case I'm writing, and here case and that particular option, one of the multiple fixed choice option you'll provide here. So if this matches with this particular option, okay, option I'll say otherwise, okay, out of that multiple fixed choices, one choice is there here. Okay, if this variable value matches with this option, that particular case only will run. Okay, so for that we'll also use some statements known as break statements. I'll explain more about the break statements, how to use the break inside the switch case. I'll tell you, and what will happen if you don't use a break statement in switch case. I'll tell you. And final one is a default case, guys. If no cases matches, then finally default case will get executed. That's what is a default case. Okay, so this is at a high level is the syntax of the switch case, guys. Switch of variable. Okay, starting of the switch case, ending of the switch case, multiple case with options, and every case will have a break statement, and last case will be default case. Okay, last case will be the default case. So let me now practically demonstrate this switch case for you. Okay, let me now practically demonstrate this switch case for you. For that, I'll go to this Eclipse ID. So what is the practical example I'm going to take? The same restaurant situation, I will try to convert that into a program. Here, when you go to the restaurant, you are asking the waiter, whatever the item you ask, the waiter is going to that kitchen and bringing you that same thing, right? Same item, serving the same item out of the multiple choices available, food options available here. Whatever the food option you are asking, that only food option will come and be served on the table. The same thing I'm going to replicate with the help of this switch statement in Java program. For that, I'll switch to this Eclipse ID where we have this sample Java program where there is a class. Inside the class, there is a main method, and inside the main method, I'm going to write that program. Okay. So first of all, I'll do one thing. I'll just write, I'm going to declare a variable with a string class. Okay. Food item, I'll say. String food item is equal to some item I'll give. For example, here I'll give pizza as item. Okay. Pizza as item. Put a semicolon here. Now I'll write the switch keyword, circular bracket, starting of the switch, ending of the switch. Starting of the switch and ending of the switch. Now food item, provide the food item here. Now write the case space, case space, and give that item. Okay. For example, here I'll give uh, idli. Okay, idli, South Indian tiffin, that is idli I'll give. I have to put a colon symbol here, guys. After this case and after giving this particular one of the multiple options or one of the multiple choices which are available at the food options available at the hotel. One of the food item is idli, which is a South Indian tiffin, guys, breakfast tiffin. Okay, colon, press enter, and here I'm going to write that code. Whatever the code that is belonging to this particular case, I'm going to write here. That is, I'm going to write system.out. For example, I'm going to write the print statement. You can write any type of code in this case. So here I'll write, here is your idli. Since you are asking for idli, the restaurant need to serve you idli. That's why I'm printing here is your idli. Now I'll go to the next case, but here before going to the next case, here you need to break it. You have to write the break statement. Okay. So what is the use of the break statement? I'm going to explain. Just wait for that. Okay. So I just have to write the break statement. So this is the end of the case. When you write the break statement, that's the end of the case. Now another case. Here I'll write noodles. Okay. Noodles. Noodles. Second food option available at this hotel, system.out.println. Since you're asking for noodles, if you're asking for noodles, then if noodles matches, then restaurant will serve you. Here are your noodles, like this. They will serve. Okay. Then again break statement. To end this particular case, we have to end with break statement. Why we have to end, I'll explain later. Again, third case, that is, I'll say pasta. Colon, system.out.println. Here is your pasta. Okay. Again break statement. Then next case, pasta, burger. Okay, I'm writing burger here, system.out.println, system.out.println. Here is your, here is your burger. Then again break statement, then case, pizza, colon, system.out.println. Here is your pizza, then end with break statement. Final, you see, you can have any number of case statements like case blocks you can create. The final one is default case. Default, you just write default keyword and put a colon symbol, and here write down system.out.println. Okay. Whatever the item you are asking, food item plus is not available at our is not available with us. Okay, we don't serve. Okay, or we don't serve this food item. We don't serve this, or you can simply say we don't serve this item, and say this one at the end you write plus food item. This particular food item we don't serve. Done. Okay, fine. So here is one more thing that I need to cover in this thing, guys. Apart from the switch case, you need to understand one more thing. If you see the naming convention of this variable, okay, naming convention of a variable, right? It should be in lower camel case, guys. Okay. So earlier when I created the project, I said that the naming convention of the project should be in upper camel case, right? So if there are three words, first letters of each and every word in this project name should be in uppercase. Same thing happens for the class name also. If you have here in this example of the class name, there are two words. First letter of each and every word is in uppercase. But this one, the variable name or method names generally in Java should be written in lower camel case. These are upper camel case. Okay. These class names and project names are in upper camel case. But coming to the variable names and method name, they should be in lower camel case. If there is only one word, the first word's first letter should be in lowercase only. But here there are two words. In this kind of variable, there are how many words? Two words. So what happened? First word is completely in lowercase, including the first letter is in lowercase. But second word onwards, the first letter will be in uppercase. But coming to the upper camel case, every word, including the first words, first letter also in uppercase. But in variable name, lower camel case. Here this is in lowercase, but this is in uppercase. Okay, you can have any number of words here. Only the first words letters will be completely in lowercase. Second word onward, the first letters of the second words will be in uppercase. So that's what you need to understand, guys. Okay, why like I thought of explaining in the same session. Fine. Anyhow, okay, this is a variable kind of stuff, and it is holding pizza at this point of time. So in this switch circular brackets, what is there? Pizza. Pizza, is that pizza matching with Italy? The answer is no. So this case won't get executed. Okay, this case won't get executed. Here pizza matching with noodles? No, this case won't get executed. Is pizza matching with pasta? Again, no, won't get executed. Is pizza matching with burger? This won't get executed. If pizza matching with this pizza, yes. This pizza is matching with this pizza. So yes, so the code inside this case will get executed. Here is your pizza, will get printed. And the break statement will take you out of the switch case. Okay, the moment this particular case got executed, because this switch, whatever the item that I gave here, which is holding the pizza option, that pizza option is matching this particular case. Since it is matching, the code inside the case will run. So after this particular code is running, okay, when this particular print statement is running, here is your pizza will get printed. After that, the moment the break statement inside this case gets executed, break statement will take you out of the switch case. Will come out of the switch case. So the next thing will not get executed. Okay, only here is your pizza. After that break statement will take you out of the switch case. So we are out. Now run this code, right click, run as Java application. So here is your pizza got printed. What if I say noodles? What will happen in this case of noodles? When I say noodles, here noodles matching Italy, no. So this case will be skipped. Noodles matching noodles, yes. So this case will get executed where here are your noodles will be printed because of this print statement. In the output, here are your noodles will be printed. After that break statement will take you out of the switch case. So no other cases will run. That's what is the use of the break case. That's why we are writing break statement in every case. So run this. You see, here are your noodles. Now if I say idli, same thing. Idli matching with idli, idli matching with idli, yes. So this case will run. Here is your idli will be printed. After that break will take out of the switch case. No other cases will run. Okay, no other case. Here is your idli will be printed. So like that. What if I try to give some food item which is not there in this case choices? Like I'll not give idli, I'll not give noodles, I'll not give pasta, I'll not give burger, or neither I'll give pizza. So what if I give something where which is not there? Okay. So for example, I would like to give some item like biryani. Okay. So Hyderabad's famous biryani is there here. Okay. So here biryani is matching with idli? No. Matching with noodles? No. Matching with pasta? No. Matching with burger? No. Matching with pizza? No. Since no cases are matching, the left out case is the default case which will run. Here we don't serve this item, biryani will be printed. Run this code, right click run as Java application. We don't serve this item, biryani will be printed in the output console. That's how it works. Now, here I'll give something like this past, like for example, I'll give something like noodles here. Noodles I am giving. But what I'm going to do something different is I'm going to remove all the break statements from this switch case. What will happen? If I don't have the break statement, what will happen? Okay. So if I remove this break statement from the switch statement and explain, you will understand what is the use of the break statement and why we have to provide when you are using the switch statements in Java. Okay, we can remove the break statements. You see, I'm not getting any errors. But what will happen? Here noodles matching with idli? No. This case will be skipped. Now noodles matching with noodles? Yes. This case is matching. So the control will come inside this case. So that statement which is there inside this case will run. That is, here are your noodles will run. So in the output console, here are your noodles will get printed. After this statement, do we have any break statement? No. So do we come out of the switch case? No. So after this statement, immediately this next case will also be considered as another next statement. And here is your pasta will be printed. After that, since break statement is not there here also, we'll go here and here is your burger also will be printed. Again, we'll go into this case and then here is your pizza will be printed. And finally, we don't serve this item biryani also noodles will be printed. Okay. We don't serve this item noodles will be printed in this case. So this is what is a problem if you don't specify or write break statement in every case in switch case or switch statement in Java. Run this code you see. Here are your noodles. Here is your pasta. Here is your burger. Here is your pizza. We don't serve this item noodles. We asked only for noodles, but they are serving all these items and again saying that we don't have noodles, which is kind of problem with this program, right? So what we have to do, it's better to specify the break statements, okay? So in every case, at the end of every case, write down the break case so that after the case get executed, will come out of the switch case, no matter what, okay? Otherwise, every case followed by that particular case will get run because of this mistake, okay? So write the break statement. That's it. So this is how we need to write the Java program. Okay, this is what is a Java program. Okay, an example Java program for utilizing or using switch statement in Java. Okay. So hope guys you understood what exactly switch statement in Java. So that's all for this session. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.